Welcome to the Spectre Sisters, your portal into the unexplainable,
the unknown,
and the undeniably strange. Welcome back to Spectre Sisters. It's your ghost, Abby.
It's your ghost, Nyx.
It's your ghost, Bree.
I just had a wee bit of a spooky encounter for my birthday. I went to the Ohio State Reformatory.
Ooh. Been there, hated it.
I have not. That's not fair.
It's really cool. I did the, they have like a Beyond the Scare tour. So you get to walk through the haunt itself and you get to look at the animatronics, and they talk about them, and they talk about the history as well of the building, which is actually really cool.
Wait, they have animatronics there?
Oh yeah. It's a huge haunt that they do.
Oh, it's like an actual, okay. I thought you were just walking through and like getting a tour.
Oh, no.
Okay,
Yeah.
It's like there's actually like,
yeah, they have a group
there.
that comes in there for Halloween and sets up. It's Blood Prison.
It's not scary. Just so everyone knows, it's not scary.
It looks pretty scary this year. They added a bunch of things.
Oh, the year I
maybe
went,
they stepped it up.
It wasn't scary, other than the guy who fucking flicked water in my face because I was in character as Daphne, just being like,
oh no,
I think you need to get some moisturizer. And he just flicks water in my face and goes,
funny.
Fuck you.
That's really funny. Was it Jake?
He had Jake energy, yeah.
I'm keeping that in.
Jake, you need to confirm or deny.
He's gonna confirm it.
Even if it wasn't him.
A $2 penny. Don't ask any further questions.
He said, I'll take credit for it.
I'll take credit. Yeah, it was really cool to see it behind the scenes though. Little fun facts, I guess, that I can kind of share. You'll have to go see it for yourself, obviously. But I was told that one year for the smoke machines, they used a rotting flesh smell.
Oh.
Because I didn't know that they came scented. Yeah. You can get different scents.
No, I didn't know that either.
And so they're like, let's try it because it's a haunt.
Scented
the poor scare actor in there was throwing up all night.
Disgusting.
Oh yeah, because like, how many hours are they there for?
Yeah. And they like hide their little snackies in places too.
They do. I didn't know that.
Like little snacky hidey holes, and I love it.
Imagine you round a corner just to see a scare actor like shoveling goldfish into their mouth.
I feel like that would scare
me a
little
in the corner
bit.
munching.
Yeah, see, that would scare me. Just
that's me.
Yeah, you'd get scared by the munching.
That actually is literally me. I do sometimes just be here in the dark crunching.
Munching. That's okay.
In a corner.
Me too, with my 2 a.m. Let me go get some shredded cheese from the fridge.
Exactly.
Yes,
but not be detected.
Yeah. But yeah, I can confirm that the rotting flesh thing only happened for one day, and then they said absolutely not. Why did they ever make this? And now the only scented fog that they have in there is cotton candy. So,
well, okay, that's like
try to eat the fog. Right. I would try to eat the fog. But while I was on this tour, I was hearing a lot of awful and horrible things about the past, and I said, well, today's the day, and I woke up and I wrote a 12-page thing, so we're going to jump into it. Are you ready, kids?
Nervous.
Nervous. You might be wondering, what is the Ohio State Reformatory? Who is the Ohio State Reformatory? Why is Gomorrah?
Shawshank?
Yes. Oh, and see, I will have that tidbit.
That's right. Okay, yeah, that's where they filmed that.
Who wrote the original Shawshank?
The Shanker of Shaw.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Do you know?
No.
Stephen King.
Oh, really?
Of course it came from that man's fucked up brain.
Well, that's, actually. Huh.
Yep.
I don't know if I would have guessed that right away.
I wouldn't have.
Yeah, no.
But it makes sense. Yeah.
I guess you can see it now that you...
You can see it in his eyes. But yeah, the Ohio State Reformatory was built between 1886 and 1910 to help rehabilitate young, nonviolent offenders through education and labor. Over its 94-year operation, it housed 154,000 inmates. Inmates would learn critical skills and even be given a chance at graduating with a high school equivalent degree, as well as the opportunity to discover and delve deeper into whatever religion they desired. This was a beautiful effort to make the first-time young inmates have a chance at becoming a better person once they served their sentences. In 1896, the first inmates of Ohio State Reformatory were recruited to help build a portion of the building as part of their rehabilitation. Things seemed to be going well for a while, until a tragic fire occurred in the nearby Ohio Penitentiary in 1930 that took the lives of over 200 inmates.
Oh, wow. Okay, see, I was saying, well, this sounds all happy and like everything's going great. When does it
When does it go
what
bad?
happened?
Yeah.
Like, when does this go off the rails and get
Probably
bad?
the 200 people that burned alive. Sorry.
Well, that was that was
Yeah,
at
that's
the
a start.
penitentiary. The penitentiary nearby is the one that caught fire.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh,
So
it wasn't that
no,
one?
it wasn't this
Okay.
one. But this left the state of Ohio the unfortunate choice of placing the surviving inmates inside the reformatory.
Oh.
And these inmates were far from
They were
first-time
the
offenders.
violent ones.
Yeah, these were maximum security inmates who committed the worst of worst crimes and were known to be violent. So
Yeah.
With
Okay, I'm
the-
seeing where...
with the poor like children, because like
Yeah,
essentially the first-time offenders would be anywhere from like 14 to 16.
and like probably for very petty things. Like,
Yeah, I know the tour guide was telling us that during the Great Depression, a lot of the boys would be in there because they stole a loaf of bread or something
Yeah,
like
because their
that.
family was starving.
Yes, and so now they're in there with
Like
you can
murders and
guess,
stuff
yeah,
like
like
that, yeah.
everything under the sun of horrible and evil and disgusting. So a little less fun and happy, and everybody getting their GEDs.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, when these inmates arrived, it resulted in the reformatory's conditions rapidly deteriorating.
Yeah.
By the 1930s, OSR had gained a reputation as one of the most violent and overcrowded prisons in the U.S.
And that's saying something.
Saying something.
Yeah, not only was it just maybe the character of some of these people coming in, but also now it's like crowded, like
Yeah.
overcrowded.
Oh, yeah.
To the point
And-
where, yeah.
These violent offenders now have weak targets.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, because the maximum capacity, from what I understand, was only 1,500, and they about doubled.
Holy shit.
And these cells are tiny. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
they are tiny.
They're like
Yeah.
a broom closet.
Oh, pretty much, yeah. Broom closet with a bunk bed. So, yeah. Along with the overly cramped cells, inmates were subjected to brutal punishments. Oh,
Right on
that wasn't one of them.
That was good timing, right? On brutal
Thank you.
punishments.
Just keeping that one in. A little bit of funniness within the sadness. It's good to laugh. Not at the bad things, but
Laugh so you don't cry.
laugh so you don't die.
Oh.
Oh.
That's a
Are you,
threat.
yeah, like at gunpoint, laugh.
You better laugh. Subjected to brutal punishments, unsanitary living conditions, and lack of basic necessities, the reformatory had its own share of twisted torture methods, such as the hole and the sweat box, which I will touch more on later in the episode.
Do you have to?
Yes, because I have a story about it. My own story that I haven't told you yet.
What?
You'll see. I went into the... No, I
The
didn't.
sweat box. I'm a sweat box every day.
Oh, I don't think that you want that.
You're sweating.
I'll be sweating. There's also many riots, stabbings, and overall unchecked brutality. Cells meant for inspiration became hell for these inmates and even guards alike. On top of the violence came the lack of upkeep, with raw sewage flooding floors and tuberculosis, among many other diseases, spreading like wildfire.
Wow.
Oh.
They basically said any disease or parasite or pest you could think of was running rampant there.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So that's also fun, I guess. Unsurprisingly, many deaths were reported to have occurred in the reformatory. Some of the harshest acts of violence recorded include: in 1926, the warden's wife, Helen Gladkey, fatally shot herself in their room within the reformatory. Guard Frank Hanger met a gruesome demise on October 2nd, 1932, when he was found beaten with an iron bar during a failed attempt to escape by 12 inmates. The two of the offenders, Merrill Chandler and Chester Probosky, met the electric chair as a result. Which, I mean, if you beat someone to death,
Well, yeah.
kinda-
Yeah. Electric chair is also
Eye for an
pretty
eye.
brutal, but
so is
yeah.
getting
Yeah.
smacked with the iron bar. Where'd they get the iron bar?
I don't know. They ripped it off of one of the-
Inmates are freakishly resourceful.
They figure out ways.
I know, it's awful. Unfortunately, a 14-year-old inmate in the early 1900s when the prison still housed mostly juveniles, was beaten to death in the basement of the facility, which is crazy because that was pre all the weird freaks there.
Oh, that was like when it was just all the,
Yeah. I don't know much about that.
Like
so.
it didn't say
Somebody
if it was a guard or if it was another inmate.
Nah, it was probably a guard,
You think?
allegedly. I don't know for
Maybe,
sure,
yeah,
but
maybe that got like fed up with some back talk or something.
yeah,
like that.
yeah, some sass. Unfortunately, multiple suicides also plagued the East Cell Block, which is the world's largest freestanding steel cell tier at 6 stories high.
Oh, okay.
It is giant. It is really scarily
so it's like
big.
one of those areas where you walk into the.
It is cells and
yeah,
cells
and
and
then it's
cells.
Like 6
It's
stacked on top.
Yeah, it's
Horrifying.
crazy.
Yeah.
Inmate James Lockhart doused himself in turpentine and ignited it in 1948.
I'm sorry.
Please.
He set himself on fire?
Yeah, wait, it gets worse. He burned himself
Great, that's
alive.
my line.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is probably one of the worst ways to go.
Oh yeah, rumors say that the inmates in nearby cells were dousing themselves with water due to the high intensity heat radiating from the cell. So like all the nearby ones were like having to run to the sinks and just because it was so hot. Which is like, bro.
But like, like of
that's
all ways.
horrible.
Yeah, I mean,
Who picks to set themselves on fire?
I don't know, man.
I mean, you
don't
got to
know.
really be at the end of your rope, I guess.
Which kind of attests to how
Yeah.
horrible it had to be in there.
It's like I'd rather do that than still be here. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's crazy.
One of the weirdest ones, in my opinion, is the story of Larry Hamer, who hanged himself in 1970, just days before he was going to go home free.
Oh, well, you know, there is that,
You said
There-
1970?
Oh, yes.
Did he know he was going to go free?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, he
so sometimes I've heard that this is a thing too, that sometimes people almost find a weird comfort. Like, I mean,
Being in there?
I know that like it was probably terrible conditions there and everything, but almost the thought of like being on their own and trying to figure it out is like they don't think they can
That's
do
fair.
it. And so
Yeah.
they're like, well, I've run my course, I'm not going to be able to get through this next part of my life. So
No, that's, and like the transfer between the two, because he was in there for quite a bit.
yeah. So like having to then get a job and provide for
That's
yourself
true.
and
I didn't think
find a
about
way
that.
to get food and just survive. Sometimes it's too much.
Yeah, that's the better
Yeah.
alternative than what I have written down.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'll get to it.
My thought was because it's 1970, that place is already pretty haunted at this point.
Probably.
So maybe he was just driven insane by all the spirits around him.
Oh, you'll see. I also have the one. We'll get to it. I've got a thing.
Great.
Got a
These
thing.
are my lines.
Yes, it is. I'm stealing your lines. Thank you, Nix. But before that, other deaths included falls from the catwalks, slit throats with smuggled scissors, and self-poisoning with toxic fluids.
Goodness.
The bodies quickly filled 215 anonymous graves, which are still on the grounds to this day.
Shit.
And I looked up where they are on the map because I didn't know that until after. Because I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
where's the cemetery? Because actually behind the reformatory right now is a running jail. That's why you can't
Oh.
take pictures at certain places because you
Okay.
can't legally take pictures of
Yeah.
the jail behind it. I didn't know that was a running one. It's literally
did
a
I.
federal crime to take a picture of it
Okay.
And those
I
guards
actually did not know
watch.
that.
and try to make sure that you don't, which is fair.
I didn't know that you can't. Can you? Is that with any type?
With any
of-
running one, I
Oh,
guess.
okay.
I don't.
I did not know that.
I guess because of identities of people. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
know
I
if
could
it's
see
a
that.
breach of. Yeah, I don't know much, but we were told that on the tour that one, we couldn't take pictures during our tour because they didn't want behind the scenes pictures of the haunt, which that makes sense. They don't want people stealing their
Yeah.
haunt ideas. And then they said, but especially when you go up like to the second floor and stuff, and if you can see the prison, you do not want to take pictures of that. And I didn't know. So that was crazy to learn. But speaking of prisons and guards, the guards were thought to be some of the main perpetrators of the senseless violence. They would submit the inmates to inhumane punishments, which they later notoriously lied about to cover up.
Isn't that just like a running thing with prison guards because they get on these power trips and they see
Maybe,
the
but these are
inmates as
crazy.
targets?
These ones are. I had never.
Well, I'm wondering too if it's because they also, you said some of the guards died too.
Yeah.
Like, probably the condition. I mean, not saying that they didn't have it as hard as the inmates, but they probably
Like
were
use that
subjected to
against
quite
them.
Like it was probably just not a
like
good,
a vengeance thing, maybe.
yeah, not a good
which is
environment
stupid
at all for anybody
Yeah,
involved.
no, because they know that the inmates are helpless, so to speak.
Yeah.
So to get back at them,
For
they
something,
did
yeah.
horrible things. This included the time that prisoners spent in confinement were not counted towards their overall sentence.
I'm sorry, what?
This is what I think happened to Henry, personally.
Yeah.
Because you could go in, it says even guards would sometimes purposefully let an inmate out of confinement to later the same day throw them back in due to meaningless infractions, such as their buttons on their shirts being done up wrong.
Dude.
Oh, okay.
So they could be in there for years and it would not count to their overall sentence. So the second they get put back into Gen Pop, it's as if they never.
Oh,
Yeah, and it's been proven that like solitary can genuinely make people
That's
go
what
insane.
I think could have happened to Henry, is if he was put in there, because it's not documented. They didn't put it anywhere because the Ohio State tried to get after them and they said, okay, we're just not going to write it down,
okay. Yeah.
and continued doing that, which is horrible because those solitary cells are terrible. Standing
gonna
next to them was
find-
crazy.
I'm gonna find those guards and I'm going to beat them with a tire iron.
I thought you were just going to say an entire
tire.
tire.
Just a
Nick's
tire.
just throwing a monster truck tire at a person.
Those are
full.
heavy.
I know.
Like you cannot
I can
live
do it.
Nick's is One Punch Man.
Tire man.
Yeah, another punishment was the iced out as well as the scorch punishment. In the boiler room, where the infamous punishment of the hellhole is, there's a punishment that seems almost kind of medieval. Inmates would be subjected to extreme temperatures here. They would be forced up against the boiler, which, as you can imagine, was extremely hot.
Yeah.
And they would remain this way until guards would take them and shackle them to the metal that was facing the door that led to the outside during the harsh winter temperatures.
Okay, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say, wouldn't being forced up against the boiler like that like literally cause like burns?
I don't know if they were physically held against it, but they're in like a
But just
cage
very
next
close
to it,
to
I
it,
think,
probably.
from what I
Okay.
understand. I could be wrong, but I know that they were in very extreme close proximity and they could have very well been covered in burns and stuff.
Yeah.
I wasn't told no to that, but I also wasn't told yes.
yeah.
So
That's
I feel like if they were actually held up against the boiler, they'd
would
probably die.
Well, but you would also think
For
that
that long
with
period of
the,
time.
but they also shackled them to metal that
Yeah.
was facing the outside with the door open for winter.
Yeah.
And they would throw water on them.
So was this like one right after the other?
Yes.
They'd be right
Yep,
up against
in
the boiler,
succession,
and then,
yep.
Oh wow.
Those guards are monsters.
I know. Oh, and then I even wrote in here, I wish I was making this up. Unfortunately, as Nix likes to say, it gets worse.
You really are stealing my lines
I
today.
am. It literally, look, see, it's you.
It's you.
It's you. It's me. And now we're on to the hole. And then I have a little story myself after that. In 1957, in response to a prison riot, an estimated 120 prisoners were given a 30-day sentence in the hole, which was only equipped with 20 underground cells. The cells were basically just holes in the ground with enough room to stand, but never enough room to lay down or be comfortable. The inmates were given 2 buckets, one filled with their food and one to use to relieve themselves. Did I mention it was pitch black in the hole? You might not want to mix those up.
Oh yeah, yeah. That.
Because if you soiled your own food, they're not giving you
Yeah.
more. They're not giving you more. There are even rumors of 2 inmates forced to share the same isolation cell, and only one emerging alive.
Oh my
Which I'd be
God.
fighting too if I was down, like standing in one of those holes.
Yeah.
Which I'm pretty sure they used the hole in Shawshank.
They might have. I haven't seen Shawshank. I need to.
I have, but it's been a while.
Yeah, I haven't. I really need to, especially after this.
Yes.
Inside the same room where the hole was, there's also small metal bars hanging from the ceiling that inmates would be shackled to for hours on end before they were allowed a brief period to lay down and rest before the cruelty repeated itself. So they get, like, I think they said 6 to 8 hours to actually try to sleep, but then it was right back.
God.
So the craziest part about this room because I have my little stories. We were on the tour and we were just led into this room, and obviously it has a boiler. I didn't know anything going in. I knew nothing. I didn't even know like what type of things happened there. I just knew it was bad. Like I didn't know the specifics at all. So we're walking in there and I'm talking to the tour guide, which was great. I love talking to her. We were remarking about the frost on the ground and stuff inside the building.
Oh, there's frost.
Yes, it was like we were joking about how it was sparkly because I like shiny things.
The crow.
Yep. And so then we get in place, like I'm standing listening to her talk, and I feel this like horrible feeling before she says anything. And then she starts talking about the hole, and she points right under my feet because they're fully closed up now. I had no idea.
Yeah.
I was just on cement, and I felt like this horrible, like just sad, like really heavy no feeling,
Really
essentially.
heavy no.
Just really heavy no. And I was standing on top of one of those, and I mean genuinely had to have been like
Just
barely enough for like a person to just fit in.
That's spooky.
I don't even know how people come up with these.
They're monsters. That's how.
I know. Yeah, I mean, they talk
probably
about
think about like the phobias that most people have, and then like, how can we, claustrophobia and also like, just basic needs like food and water, getting limited, and then, yeah,
it was just weird because we went from talking about animatronics to we go into this room that I don't know if it's always open to the public. I don't think it is. And so she's just talking and stuff. I'm like, this is kind of lame. Where are the animatronics? But why do I feel like I'm going to throw up now?
Yeah.
And then
The
she
actual
brings
scary.
I was like, oh
Yeah,
my
the
God,
real
what do you
life.
mean? So yeah, and then she pointed up to the little metal bar and she goes, we were just told by one of the guards who used to work here that that's where they'd shackle people. And it was like swinging a little bit. Now I don't know. There could be explanations for that, but it was horrible.
Yeah.
In said situation. I was like, what the heck, man? But in good news, thankfully in 1990, the state of Ohio finally took notice of this extreme neglect and torture at the OSR
finally.
and forced them to close their doors permanently. Yeah, right, exactly.
Took long enough.
I know. In 1995, a group formed called the Mansfield Reformatory Preservation Society, and they were put in place to save this unique piece of history. They then bought the building itself for $1, which the state turned around and gave the dollar back to them as like their first like
so
donation.
It was basically just a way to make it legal.
Yep.
But was basically a gift. Yeah.
Yeah. And so to build money, the Preservation Society turned it into like a tourist attraction to help like get money to help restore it and stuff and teach the history to people, which I like them. Since then, they have raised millions of dollars to fund extensive renovation and restoration projects at the Ohio State Reformatory. From repairing the roof and stabilizing the cell blocks to restoring the warden's office and the central guard room, their efforts have ensued that the reformatory will stand for generations. And then they opened their doors to a new breed of visitors, filmmakers and tourists. The Ohio State Reformatory was also added to the National Register of Historic Places in 1987, as well as that east cell block that I was talking about, how big it is. It was added to the Guinness Book of World Records for it being the largest freestanding steel cell block.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know that. But that's a little fun. Fun fact.
I just have a question real quick. When it comes to that type of thing, do you feel that it's better to keep something like that restore it and keep it around when it was the house of like so many evil things that happened? Or do you think, I know some people probably argue you should just tear it down because of all of that. But at the same time, I do feel like, like keeping people's stories alive too. Like,
Yes.
Is that more so probably?
I think that, and then I also
behind it.
think that we don't want history to repeat itself.
Yes.
That's what I was gonna
So
say.
you
wanna
want people to
remember-
go in there and feel that pain.
Okay. Yeah.
Essentially, not like in a weird, but like in
No,
a
but
way
just
of like, look, we cannot have this happen
recognizing
ever
it, yeah.
again.
Yeah.
This is
that's-
not. It started out really good,
Yeah.
and then it, I think it's good for people to see
Yeah.
the physical history so we don't make the same mistakes, because everybody's gonna be like, oh, it's AI nowadays. can't AI a building, so
Yeah, in a building.
Well, you never know. It might be. Maybe
you
in
just
the
walk
future.
in and it like glitches away. That's terrible. The reformatory is now most notably acknowledged for the filming of Shawshank Redemption and Air Force One taking place on the grounds.
Oh,
Yeah. But there is one breed of tourism that draws a specific type of guest to this
One
location.
breed.
That's us. We're that,
We're that
breed.
breed. We're freaks.
Exactly. Numerous paranormal investigators and visitors have reported eerie, unexplainable events, from disembodied voices and shadowy figures to sudden temperature drops and feelings of unease. Some claim to have captured evidence of ghostly activity on camera, while others swear they've encountered spirits of the reformatory's most infamous residents. And
Or-
this,
Who are
Or,
the
you know-
infamous residents?
Getting fucking touched by the spirits.
The way you said, what?
Nyx did get touched.
Nix did get touched. I'm gonna put that on a t-shirt.
Wait, at this place? No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
By a spooky.
Yeah.
Hey, but at least it was just a spooky.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but what was the what? Where did the spooky come from? What was his history? Who is he?
Why the fuck?
The warden.
no, you know.
He said, "Go into the hole."
Don't put me in the hole. I'm a good noodle.
I'm a good noodle. Oh my god. Speaking of hauntings, I have me list of them now. So we're gonna start with the tucking woman, not to be confused with the touching woman.
Noted.
Okay, yeah. But it could still be who you encountered, maybe. We'll see. In the early 1900s, inmates from different areas of the prison would report the feeling of disembodied hands that would seem to pull at their bed sheets, almost like someone pulling like the sheets tight to get more comfortable. Even the so-called toughest inmates would talk to the guards about a woman that they then referred to as the night nurse.
Were these inmates happy about this encounter?
I don't know.
I hate it.
I think that they were like really
Nightmares.
scared, and the guards were like, "Bro, you better chill out." But then I wasn't ever confirmed if they started believing that too. But they were told about the night nurse multiple times.
The night nurse just trying to tuck him in. It's fine.
I don't know, man.
Thanks. I hate it.
But it's like they feel like it was like pulling and like doing the military style sheets.
okay.
Which, first of all, chill out. Nobody needs to sleep that tight.
Probably a mom that was like just mad that all the
Just go to
children
sleep.
here aren't tucking in their sheets
Yeah,
the way
she-
they need to.
Yeah,
This
they
is
need
how
to be
you
put
do
in a
it.
corner. Yeah. We're going to talk about the infamous warden's wife. I had to do some deep digging on this. I actually went into her obituary and everything to try to get the story straight, because I've heard a lot of different stories about how inmates chased and killed her, blah, 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 stuff like that. But here is what I got from her obituary online. So take that, I guess, with what you will, because it's literally the obituary. Helen Gladkey died of a gunshot wound to the head/neck area. According to her obituary, she lived with her husband, Arthur Gladkey, who was the warden of the former Mansfield Reformatory. Helen is said to have been going up to church for Mass one Sunday, and she reached into a closet to get her hat. A gun was kept in the warden's quarters. It fell off of the shelf and shot her. She was taken to the local hospital, but later died there.
What year was this?
1926.
Okay, yeah,
Wait.
that's plausible then.
Yeah.
So
Because the guns can go off like
that, okay.
back then.
They're saying that it just fell off a shelf and like no one else.
because that's
did
like
it.
the muzzle loader.
The thing, though, about that- It was in the
something like
back
that.
of her head, right?
It just says wound to neck, head/neck area. I was reading more about it in the obituary. I didn't put it in, but they had actually said in the they had the autopsy report too, and said exactly where it entered and exited the body.
I thought I had heard you say it was the back of the head, and that
No.
would have been more suspicious because
Yes.
it's like, how does it fall off a shelf that's like, in front of her while she's moving
No,
something
yeah,
around?
but
that
that's
sounded
too
more
bad.
like somebody, coming in behind her, but
Yeah, and this was at a time where guns were not as advanced as they are now. So I feel like it's probably, and he probably had it loaded because they're in the reformatory. Like, this is literally a room in there for them to sleep.
yeah.
You'd probably want it loaded.
Like, this is a cult from that year, and just from looking at it, it doesn't even have a safety.
No.
And you can see where the...
Hammer.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, okay. I was like,
Thank
which
you. I couldn't find the word. And you can even see where the hammer
Yeah.
is. And like, if that falls just right, it definitely
It
could
hits
go
it.
Yeah.
off.
Yeah, and this was, I assume it was a bigger gun too, which it would also be. Even if it was like a shotgun going off. I mean, all the little shrapnel pieces, you're donezo. I don't know what type it was specifically, but like,
Actually, yeah, if it was a shotgun, that would.
you're just done.
Yeah,
that's too bad.
A large
Shotgun
range
with like
of,
some deer shot in it.
Exactly. Yeah.
That'd
you're-
take somebody out.
Yeah,
Just
which-
from falling.
Yeah. But after her death in 1926, visitors inside the White Room have reported a distinct smell of lovely rose perfume that seems to appear out of nowhere amid the building's decay. This is believed to be Helen herself.
Thanks. I hate it.
I mean, honestly, out of any of them,
rose smell. Yeah.
yeah, it smells better than the
Well, and
lead
she-
paint.
yeah. Well, and she,
Yeah.
I feel like she's probably not a scary one.
Yeah, I don't think
There was
so.
an accident and she died. It didn't sound like there was too much about her that was very.
Yeah, it's not like she was the one out there.
No, but she could be like haunted by some of the stuff happening to the
True.
people. That could be why she's there, like a regret or something. I don't know. I don't know.
okay.
Just
True.
like feeling bad for the
being
conditions.
The warden's wife.
Yep. The, I guess, occurrence was first noted by tour groups in the 1990s who described a distinct feeling of a wave of floral scent, which was shortly thereafter followed by the sound of creaking footsteps nearby.
Oh.
Some visitors have even claimed to see the doors gently open to rooms with no explanation. By 2024, guests during paranormal events began to take notice that the rose perfume often appeared just before they experienced cold spots in the room, accompanied by glowing orbs near Helen's old vanity mirror, almost as if she's trying to see her reflection, or as if she's trying to escape through the mirror. I don't know. Could be like, again, that's why I almost wonder if it's like a she feels bad type of thing.
Yeah,
like looking at
maybe.
herself like that, just like self-hatred. I don't know. But she also doesn't seem like a bad, I mean, none of those seem that bad.
Yeah.
So she could just be sad
Yeah.
for everything, which fair enough. Next is the basement boy. If you remember the
the basement
14-year-old I was talking about.
yeah.
Yep. No one is surprised that the basement of the reformatory is a dark and eerie place filled with old stone walls and forgotten items. However, what makes this basement even more dark and eerie is that it's said to be haunted by the ghost of a 14-year-old boy who was once an inmate there. Workers in the 1950s that were tasked with cleaning up the area caught a glimpse of a tiny human-like figure that seemed to almost scurry along the walls,
Oh no.
like a child trying to run and hide.
Oh.
According to sources, in 2023, a guest who was exploring the basement felt a chilling grip around her ankle, as if someone was trying to trip her. Other visitors have noticed strange heat patterns that look almost like small footsteps and shadows that seem to stretch unnaturally, giving the impression that something is following them. Could this be the basement boy? Or is it something darker trying to mimic the tales of the reformatory? I don't know.
I hope it's not.
Because like I
something
feel like those
darker.
are like going back and forth. Because I feel
Yeah.
like the trying to run and hide, or like
But then the scurrying on the walls.
yeah, maybe
Yeah, I don't like that.
maybe don't be doing all that.
And then the
activity.
tripping,
yeah, the tripping's
and the-
weird.
Yeah.
It's weird. Also, the grabbing ankle reminded me of your
Malicious,
story.
yeah.
Were you in the basement when that happened?
We went down a flight of stairs and we were going through like a row of cells and then
I know
back
where you're
up
talking.
another flight of stairs.
do you know what that row of cells is?
No.
That's solitary. That's solitary. That is solitary.
Ah.
Those ones with it had nothing but the sound in them. That is solitary. Those are those cells.
Great, I got grabbed in solitary
Great.
of all
I mean,
places
I
and
mean,
then
that
saw
makes
what I
sense.
think is a demon.
See, probably in there, probably.
Yeah.
So I also felt weird when I was in that room, but we were told it was solitary, so I didn't. It's hard for me because the rational side of me says, well, they said it was solitary and were actively telling us horrible things, and I was feeling weird the whole time. But again, they were telling us, so I don't
Yeah.
want to. I don't.
You don't know if that like influenced
Right.
the feeling at all.
Right. That's why the boiler room sticks out to me more in that
Because
case.
you had no idea, and then they
Yeah.
told
But
you.
that's crazy about you there, because
Yeah,
yeah,
'cause
that's what that row of cells
I
is.
didn't know it was just for like the haunted house.
Yeah.
So we're going down these stairs and all of a sudden I'm getting this like uneasy feeling and
Yep.
like that feeling like straight down my spine, like something's wrong.
It's where, yeah, and all the cells, you can't see them though whenever you're there, the haunt's going. They're weird on the inside too.
I couldn't see on the inside. I could just kind of like see like
it's like ceramic-y in there, the walls. Yeah,
it was just kind of like a figure that I saw.
I was trying to avoid looking into cells because at certain points I was like, something's definitely looking at me, and I'm not.
Oh yeah, I
Not
definitely
right
felt
now.
like something was looking at me and then
Yeah.
getting like.
Feels like when you're in Dayton and you walk by that jail and they start catcalling you. Do you know what I'm talking about, Brie?
Yeah.
In downtown Dayton, that jail there.
Oh, yeah,
Whenever you walk by, they start screaming at
tapping on the windows.
you. It kind of didn't it kind of feel like
Yeah,
that?
Yeah.
You walk by and you start hearing like taps and knocks on the windows. It's kinda
Women. Scary.
creepy. I know.
But yeah, there's that, and then the next big thing is the shower room ghosts. With many horrific suicides in the 1940s, it comes as no shock that many have reported strange experiences in the East Cell Block's shower room. Paranormal investigation team in 2008 describes how their tour guide suddenly started to gag, almost as if someone were squeezing her throat. Meanwhile, flashlights began to inexplicably flicker before going dark, one right after the other. Other people have even captured disembodied eerie voices on recording. One of these voices seemed to say, "Tight, no air," which was equally matched with strange energy readings in the area where a noose used to hang. Like, hello.
Okay.
You know, I would have strange energy readings too by myself.
By myself.
By myself. I'd walk in and go, no.
Yeah.
For real.
That's crazy. Tight, no air. You're right. That's
Tight, no air.
correct. There are also claims of strange shadows that have been seen around the drains. That's a weird thing.
Oh.
These anomalies seem to be humanoid figures that would peer out from the walls. No. That reminds me of like Howl's Moving Castle, all those like blobby dudes.
Yeah.
Like that were
Yeah,
coming
that's
out
kind
of
of what I was picturing.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
It's not uncommon to experience electronic devices frequently malfunction at random or hearing eerie bouts of laughter. What do you think is the cause of these?
I made it.
Yeah, I don't. It's hard to explain that, like especially with the laughter, because I was reading that was like more like maniacal sounding. A good thing to mention is during the haunt season, so in October, you can't do ghost tours, and they take everything down, and that includes any of the sound and stuff. They've got like spotlights and stuff. So when you are ghost touring, none of that equipment is there. Also, when you're doing a tour, I will say, when the lights are on, you can see where the sound is coming from. You know, like it's speakers. You can't. A speaker's a speaker. That's not me getting. You know, a speaker's a speaker. So you would know if it was like a electronic device giving this off. It's, you know, the haunt relies on the lights to be off and the mood to be set with fog machines so they can hide stuff.
Yeah.
You know,
And
that
hide
just
their
makes sense.
Snacks as well.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. But so none of that's there whenever you're doing ghost tours. So that is something to consider, that there's nothing there. They have to literally pick up every single piece of everything and then redo it again the next year.
Okay.
So there is that to think about. I felt the urge to do a little Reddit deep dive to hear other people's stories too. Cause you know, a lot of the,
naturally.
a lot of the examples I was looking at, I was weeding through them because a lot of them were Ghost Adventures and Zach Freakface.
Freaking Zach is
Fucking
everywhere.
bagel bites.
Yeah. And I don't take him as credible.
Yeah.
I was trying to
Bagans.
not take any of the show
Yeah.
ones as credible.
yeah.
Not in a
Well,
rude way, but like,
You know, and as we've
TV's got a
discussed-
TV.
Yeah, as we've
Yeah.
discussed before, we know that like pretty much every show is going to have some sort of scripted thing in it.
Yeah.
Even if they do catch like little other things, but they need something.
but it makes
to make
everything
be a show, yeah.
uncredible
Yeah.
whenever
Yeah.
you do that. So I was like, well, let me look up Reddit user stories for more like firsthand accounts of people, like real people. Real
Zach is a
people.
figment of your imagination.
I don't believe in
I
Zach
wish
Baggins.
bagel bites was a figment of
think he might
my
be.
imagination.
I think he's just on a large scale. He's everybody's imaginary friend.
Imaginary enemy.
bagel
That'd be
bites.
terrifying.
Bagel bites is my sleep paralysis.
He
Steve.
disappears
I mean,
in the.
He's got like that.
He goes,
He's got
"Guys,
the little
I'm
shark.
feeling-" Yeah, he says, "I'm feeling a little weird. I think I'm getting possessed."
Might choke out one of my co-hosts, but it's the demons, I swear.
It's the demons, I swear.
If he like farts, he's like, it's the demons. You hear that? There's a heat signature. Sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
That devolved quickly.
I hate him so much. It's not even funny. Anyways, let's go with actual humans. Yippee! So I was scouring and I found, I think, 4 examples. So story number 1. I do not believe in ghosts at all. But if they do exist, then the reformatory is absolutely haunted. We went on a rainy day with the wind moaning through the cell blocks. It was truly unnerving. The chapel and the infirmary both felt very heavy to me, though heavy isn't quite the right word. So that's the first one. Little, like, small. So I like that because it's someone who doesn't believe in.
Usually
even they were like,
yeah,
the heaviness in the air. We'll get more intense as we go on too.
Yeah, usually people that say that they're like, yeah, never any other time have I attributed
that more credible.
To like a ghost.
I think skeptics and non-believers are literally how we prove ghosts are real.
Yeah. And I'm the type to try to talk things away as well.
Oh yeah,
which is
I definitely have, like, I do believe that there's stuff going on, but I also will more often than not be like, okay, well, what's
but
is there
what
a
is
logical
there?
explanation?
Yeah.
because wind do be a factor sometimes and stuff like that. So you have to take things into perspective.
Just
So-
like I try to logic my way through the ghosts in my apartment, but when you're home alone and it's just you and a 5-pound orange cat and you hear big heavy footsteps upstairs.
That 5-pound orange cat could, I feel like he
5 or 50 pounds.
take
No, I'm just
take
kidding.
on some ghosts.
Dude,
I like
he'd be
Mango.
sitting at the stairs and like hissing at shit sometimes. Like,
Yeah, he's guarding.
like he's about to fight.
Yeah,
He's a
good.
sassy little
He keeps
being.
them at bay.
Second story. So me and the missus just went to
Parapsychon, paranormal event convention at the Ohio State Reformatory.
didn't know that was a thing.
I didn't either. Thought you said parasite con.
Well,
It's
that
the
would make sense.
Yeah, everybody goes dressed up as a different parasite.
They go into the cells and they just like start jumping on the bed like bed bugs.
Today I'm a louse.
I'm a louse.
A singular louse.
What the hell? We went on Saturday evening to the celebrity ghost hunt, which started at 8:30. Oh, celebrity ghost hunt. Okay. Are you important? Probably.
Way to humble brag.
I know. Yeah, excuse me.
When I was going to the celebrity.
Yeah, I didn't go with
Ghost
none
story.
of them plebeians. They broke you up into groups. You go to 4 different locations with said groups, and they use their gadgets and gizmos to ghost hunt.
Plenty. Sorry.
Yeah. Who's its and what's its galore? After that part, they let you split off from the group and you get to freely explore the prison. To make a long story short, we went down to the solitary confinement wing, which is basically a loop with cells in the center and a walkway around said cells. We cleared the first half, then we're coming up on the other side and saw that there was no one in solitary, had just passed. I was looking into every cell along the way. When we were about halfway
Why?
down the hallway, we heard 2 extremely loud slams that sounded like a closed fist slamming into a thin steel plate. I froze and looked behind us, and obviously nothing was there. As far as I know, there was nowhere for another member of the event to be behind us. It startled us pretty good. If it was paranormal, it's very creepy that a ghost would have had that kind of physical power to make the noise we heard. It was loud. He says that with 3 O's and 3 U's. That's how you know he's being serious.
Yeah.
And it is recognized as a wrong word.
Yeah, he said that does not exist.
That's crazy.
Thanks. I fucking hated that.
I know, yeah.
I'm just
Yeah,
going to be
that's-
haunted by the fact that solitary is where my incident happened.
Yeah, it makes sense though.
So yeah, that is a good point, because a lot of times when things happen, it's usually small things. And
Yeah.
it's not usually the energy or whatever it is isn't super powerful, I guess.
Yeah, but that's
like
scary.
the fact for giant metal doors
I
to
would've
just
peed.
slam. Yeah.
I would have. I'm just saying, man. Got to set the mood, man.
Drop little April shows.
Oh my god! You kept saying "you" and then sing that.
I quit.
I sang
Nope.
it quietly.
You're stuck here, Nick. Sorry about it. All right, number 3. This one's my favorite. In high school, I decided it would be a great idea to work at the Ohio State Reformatory.
Brother, why?
I want to. I worked there for 5 years and had some things happen that I can't explain. I'll share a few here and post more if anyone's interested. OSR was built between 1886 and 1896 on the location where a Civil War POW camp was located.
Oh.
So take that into consideration too.
Oh.
Yeah. In its early years, it was a boys' juvenile detention facility for nonviolent offenders. Mid 70s to early 80s, it became a maximum security prison for adult males. Countless murders and suicide happened there. Also, apologies for the length. Also, not using names for sake of privacy. Number one of the personal stories. My first day working there, I was following along behind a tour guide working as a pusher to keep people from wandering off and obeying signs. On the West Cell Block tour, it was around 3:30 or so, and I was standing on the south side, a few cells from the end of the block, while the guide was sharing something with the group when a few guests were asking me something. Don't remember the question, but the answer involved Jason and Grant from TAPS. I don't know that. Just as I said their names, I got hit from behind.
Oh, hit.
Yeah, dude got beat. My brother used to do this thing where he would walk up behind me and slam his hand down on my neck / shoulder forcefully. That's great.
Okay.
I thought that it was him who did this and was pissed because it was way more force than usual. But turned around and there was absolutely no one there. Great.
Great.
Brother was on another tour, and the guest I had been speaking to looked at me all confused. Probably like, dude, what? 10 minutes later, after the tour was over, my neck and shoulder were killing me. My right ear was ringing by this point, and the whole area felt like it was on fire. Next day, I woke up with a bruise on my shoulder / neck and scratches on my ear.
Oh my
That's
God.
fine. One day between tours, myself and a few other people decided to wander into the basement, as we were still new and hadn't been there before. We were on the east side under admin section and just looking around. Very quickly, we felt watched and it got much colder. The longer we stayed there, the more uncomfortable it became. Only one light works in the main room, and there were 5 adjacent rooms and a hallway behind the stairs, so it's very dark. I sat on the steps for a moment, and one of my friends took a picture of me and her grandson. No one else was on the steps. I immediately looked at it, and behind us you could very clearly see someone standing. They were transparent but very detailed. A few moments later, we heard a shuffling sound. Assuming it was a raccoon, we approached where the noise came from and noped the fuck out of there because we were met with a set of red eyes in the darkness. And they weren't reflecting light like a deer or cat's eyes would. They were glowing as in their own light source.
Oh, okay.
Nope.
Yeah.
Thanks, I hate it.
It's one of the animatronics. It's fine. I'm just kidding.
Five Nights at Freddy's. Another day of tours, myself, my brother, and 2 friends were wandering the West Cell Block. We were on the north side, the 4th range tier. As we were walking, we heard someone walking below us and assumed it was K or M, 2 other people who we worked with and had previously seen them walk past and head for the West Tower. As we were walking around to the end of the cell block, after hearing the footsteps, we heard what sounded like a cell door slam shut below us, and it shook the range. Oddly, because the block is brick and mortar, but the tiers are steel. So that is weird.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Immediately following the bang of steel on steel, we heard running, dragging sound. Yelling from 4 different people, more loud bangs, and a thud. Then everything went silent.
Okay.
We were all looking at each other like, what the fuck? Well, we stood there for a few minutes, listening. K and M walked by again on the ground floor, coming back from the tower. It wasn't them that made the noises, and they didn't hear them because they were in a different part of the prison.
Okay.
That's horrible.
Thanks, I hate it.
Also, you're not supposed to close any of those doors because they do not have the keys for them. So there's also that.
Yeah.
So it's not like a tour guide is like, oh, this is how this closes. Like they even told us at the beginning of the tour, if you close that and lock it on yourself, you will get fined over $2,000 because we have to call a locksmith from Columbus because that's the closest place.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to wait for a couple hours while he gets there.
Locked up.
Oh yeah.
You get to experience.
Yeah, you're stuck. And then you're getting the bill.
Yeah.
And he takes his sweet time, they said on purpose, because it's
That's
like,
what
don't
they
be
call
stupid.
a full experience.
Oh, no.
full tour experience.
Yeah, so there is that. They're very serious about like, do not close them. So it's not like someone was like playing around or something. And also you would know if it was a guest because they would have just locked themselves in there.
Yeah.
Or you would have seen it close.
Well, yeah, then you said
suddenly.
there's like dragging sounds and screams.
That's
so-
horrible.
Yeah.
And this is the last story. Number 4. I wanted to start this off by saying this wasn't recent. It was around summer 2019 and I was 11 years old. I went on the midnight tour and everything was going smooth until we went to the warden's quarters. I remember seeing a full-bodied entity, like an outline of a person, but it was entirely black and shadowy. It waved at me and tried to get me to walk over to it. Obviously, being the scared kid I did not want to see what it wanted. We then, sometime later, walked down to the chapel, where yet again, I had another disturbing encounter. This time it was something causing an extremely painful burning feeling in my right foot. I quickly moved away and moved my foot from the pew to find a large handprint on my shoe. And it would not wipe off at home. It stuck to my shoe for months. So, there's that.
In the pew too, so that was like in the church area.
That can't be good. That's
No.
bad. That's horrible.
That's horrible.
A
Like the
burning imprint, yeah.
It was just holy water and bro was burning. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, do we have any theories? Do you think it's just like energy trapped in there? Or do you think it's mass hysteria? Or do you think it's employees messing with people?
I 110% believe that it is spirits of people that have died there.
Yeah.
And since there was so much like torture and evil there, it's definitely had to have attracted like
Worse.
malevolent beings.
Oh, there's no way it hasn't. Like that's...
Yeah.
Which is funny because like if you just went in there and went on the normal tour, it doesn't really say that much about it being haunted. Like there's the normal like history tours that they do in the morning.
Yeah.
And there's the whole museum with all of these artifacts from the different movies that were shot there. When you first walk in, it's a hallway of all the movie posters from the movies that were shot there. It's not like it's like you walk in and everything's like ghost merch and stuff like that. It's the first part of it when you very first walk in is all history.
Well,
and you
that
can walk
almost
through
gives
their
it
museum.
more credibility because they're not trying to make a show of it.
No,
It's almost like, no, this is just what happens.
exactly.
Like it's more, yeah.
Yeah, because they even
It's
told
not
us
like a tourist kind of thing.
right, if you buy a tour ticket and you get to go on like whatever history tour, or if you want to do like the Beyond the Scare like I did with all the animatronics, you then get a free non-guided tour yourself to just go and explore. And they always recommend to go see the museum, which again, the museum there is all just artifacts,
Yeah.
and like actual history things. So those are like the main events. And they even say whenever you pull up to it, it says Ohio State Reformatory, and right next to it says like the place where Shawshank Redemption was filmed, and like that's the main
what they focus.
thing.
Yeah,
it's called the Shawshank Prison for most people. And so that is what they talk about. And they were talking about cool little facts about the movie and how they even had to build like a set of cells off site for certain scenes, but most of it was filmed there. So that is a huge part of the reformatory. And then obviously the haunt that goes on there, which is normal for any, I mean, that just makes sense.
It does.
It's a big jail. That's a cool place to have like a Halloween haunt and then get the money from that. And then they've got a really cute cafe in there.
Oh,
with
really?
baristas and stuff.
They've got
The coffee is good.
Yeah.
They've got penitentiary coffee.
I know. Well, yeah, they make their own brew. They have their own beans and stuff.
Okay.
So you can buy that in the gift shop. Now, some of the merch is like little tiny ghost plushies and stuff because but
Yeah.
it also has
Yeah,
merch for like Incarceration, which is held there. It's that giant tattoo and music festival.
Oh, okay.
I think it'd be so cool to go to Incarceration.
I know, I really want to go.
Yeah.
So you can go get a tattoo inside the prison because it's funny, Incarceration.
Yeah.
Haha. And then go listen to music and stuff. So again, that is not haunt orientated at all either. There's a lot of things that go on there that are not. But you can just feel that there's this sort of thing. So yeah, it's definitely, it's weird. It's so the building itself is stunning. It is so pretty.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
not even funny.
Like from the movie.
It's Gothic themed.
Yeah,
is
it's
the
very,
point, yeah.
that architecture is really pretty.
Yeah, it is. And like the sweet old ladies working at the front desk.
Yeah, of course.
Who are like, okay, you can't have any big bags. We'll have to check them. If so, please no photos and stuff. Like going through.
Yeah, all the rules.
And they're like, okay, so we recommend you go through the museum now because it has to close a little early so we can get ready for the haunt that's going to happen later.
Yeah.
And they're just like, they're so cute. And they're like, and there's a cafe right here. Get yourself a snack and stuff. And if you want to walk around, and it was cute.
Yeah, that's good.
And then the only other thing they told us was go up the stairs, and there's this one big open room, and that's where you're going to meet your tour guide. And that's all that we got from her.
Okay.
Yeah. So I definitely recommend it. It is only $44, I think, to go on a tour. And if you add on other tours, because they have different ones throughout the day, it's only $20 to add on a different one.
Oh, hell yeah.
And then again, you get your free time to just walk around too.
Yeah.
You're fine to just explore. Obviously, they'll have signs to say can't go in here and stuff, and just be respectful, obviously, of the building, and don't lick the paint.
Was that one of them?
Yes,
Oh,
that's what our
really?
tour guide told us, that
Oh,
she
because it's
literally
lead.
watched. I think she said a couple of grown men. No one was surprised. They tried to eat it.
To be fair. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
No, I could see Brendan and Jake licking.
What's
Nah,
the
people
reason?
are just
they just want to.
freaks.
Okay.
I
So
don't
there's
know.
no benefit other than just you
No.
buy.
Yeah, but in the gift shop you can, if you
Lick
want
paint.
Well, not paint, but you can buy parts of the floor tile and stuff.
Ooh.
And now they're a little more pricey, but all the donation goes back in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which that's kind of cool.
I don't know if I would personally do that. Just
That
Feels like inviting some bad shit into my place.
I mean,
kinda
no,
want
I get
some.
why people would want to, but I personally would not.
they have little
Just-
keychains with some of the stuff in it. I kind of like it
I
just
mean,
because it's cool.
yeah.
It's like getting it's a piece from a movie set essentially.
Yeah,
too.
that
So
too,
that's really cool. Those are a little pricey. I got a t-shirt.
Woo! Wow.
But yeah, they've got patches and stuff. I did get a patch as well, and it's cool. And I want us all to go. So
Okay.
I'm sorry, Nix, but you're
I know,
going
I'm
again.
I'm
a
gonna get
little-
touched again.
Get a salt shotgun like from Supernatural.
No, for real. We actually have one at the apartment called the Bug Assault that's meant to like shoot flies and
That's
stuff
so
with.
funny.
Oh, okay. Well,
That's
like you
so
have a
funny.
salt shotgun. Okay.
I'm just gonna bring a shotgun. I'm just kidding.
Oh, I just realized it sounded like I said assault.
Uh-huh.
No, a shotgun that shoots salt, like
No,
from
I need
Supernatural. Oh my gosh, an assault shotgun.
That's why I said I'll bring the actual one.
Is that what I meant?
Yeah. But yeah, tell us your stories. Have you been there? Do you think it's scary? Do you think it's fake? I want to hear everything. Tell me everything.
Specifically, Brendan, I want you and Sam
Call
to
David.
write in about when you guys went and then brought something back to your house.
Oh, okay. What? Well, we'll
Yeah.
have to have them. We'll have to have them on here, is what that means. Brendan, Sam, you have been summoned. All right. Spook you later, you freaks.
Bye.
Don't do dumb things and no torturing. My God.
We shouldn't even have to say that.
I feel, but we do.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.